He's always one step ahead.
Round 3. Let's go. So, I forgot to mention in the previous episode, we've got a capsule toys machine over this way. How very Japanese. By chance, does this remind you of anything, viewer? Alright, so what do we got here? The anticipation is killing me. Alright, Pinky. Nerf. Okay, we got that joke out of the way. It was just too tempting. There sure are a lot of these. So this one, I think, originally came out on tablets because there was a baby game a couple of years ago called Crossy Road, and Namco teamed up with the developers of that one to make the Pac-Man version of Crossy Road, and now here it is. There's lots of upgrades and such, like lasers and a thing that makes Pac-Man giant, and off-screen I worked to unlock all of that, but little did I know that the unlocks all reset whenever you turn off the game. Ain't that some shit, so now we're gonna have to unlock them again. But the main thing here is to just keep going forward and don't really stop, because if you stand in one place for too long, you're gonna get sucked up by the thing from Learning with Pibby. For those of you who remember that one. Okay, we unlocked the laser. Let's go point that in some unsuspecting fool's eyes. Lasers. Oh, Pac-Man, your formula is eternally entertaining. Kudos to you, creator of Pac-Man. Kudos to you, oh overworked and horribly stressed Japanese man who drew a yellow circle with a wedge missing from it. You have entertained millions over the course of decades. A contribution that almost justifies Japan's horribly stressful work culture that often ends in suicides of the workers. That almost justifies that. Yeah, that's the thing from Learning with Pibby. I warned you that this would happen. I warned you about stairs, bro. Anyway, you ever watch any of them documentaries about Japanese work culture and how they work like 100 hours a week? And that's just crazy, but it's all worth it so we can get our Pac-Man. They got different backgrounds here we can look at. They got The Office, if you're like a funny zoomie who thinks they're cool by watching the grown-up shows, and you like watching Michael Scott and Dwight and all those other wacky characters. That background is for you. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Feel free to unsubscribe anytime, the button's right there. Okay, so, yeah, that one didn't last too long. Kinda interesting how they gave the moon landing as an option here. Speaking of which, did you guys see those fancy space telescope pictures they had the other day? Pretty neat, huh? I was expecting there'd be like maybe a little green alien in there, and that's why they were making such a big deal of it, huh? You know, aliens are real. Okay, that title screen doesn't look like it belongs in a legitimate game. It looks like something you'd see in a bootleg or one of those 1001 carts. Looked almost like a deep-fried meme, for those of you who know that one. So, this next one is exactly what it looks like. It's just Tetris with a Pacman theme. Just complete the line. When Game Grumps played this many years ago, they managed to rack up almost 2 million views just by making a bunch of cheap, low-effort Pac-Man puns. What if instead of Pac-Man, he was Stack-Man and he would stack things? Ha 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 ha. And then the comment section dumbasses are all, "That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." The key to being a big and successful Let's Player is just to be repetitive, I guess. People love repetition. Uh-oh, here comes Pac-Man. So anywho, when the screen fills up to a dangerous amount, the music switches over, and it starts playing the can-can. Or if you're a man of culture like me, you probably know it as the Fighting Foodons theme. You ever see Fighting Foodons, viewer? It was an anime and for kids, I want to say. It was like Pokemon, but with foods. They had like living foods, like they'd have like a plate of spaghetti that could like, you know, do battle, and they'd have like a beef steak and what have you. No, it's real, I swear. I know it's real. Anyway, it's one of those, like those S-tier nerd level things where only the most nerdy people would ever possibly know about it, and one of those things that you could never really bring up to your friends at school. You'd ask them, "Have you ever seen Fighting Foodons?" And the only appropriate reaction to that question would have been to pull out a knife and stab me right then and there. One underhand stab followed by 2 overhand stabs. We can't let Fighting Foodons propagate. Gosh, what the hell kind of a school did this guy go to, you're probably wondering. But yes, Fighting Foodons.
Here's something incredible. These monsters once were edible, so everybody take a look at combat creatures you can cook. Fighting Foodons, that's only or in between. Fighting Foodons, this is really neat cuisine. Pick the right ingredients to make the food obedient.
Depending on the spice you add, your foodon could be really bad.
Fighting Foodons, shoot or fruit or even shoot. Fighting Foodons, it's food with attitude.
Shut your fucking mouth!
No problem, John.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Shut it!